Hi, in this video I will show you how to create and manage the recipes. So as always, I strongly recommend to start with our tutorial, with our guides. And first of all, if you haven't read the basics about the menus, I recommend to start from this article. I will not go in detail with that, but what I want to highlight here is the dictionary, so how the things are named in our software. So there is the menus. So if you want to build the weekly menu, what means the list of meals for some specific period of time, then you need to have the meal types. By meal types we are named the general type of meals, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack AM, snack PM, something like that. Then we have a meal, and the meal is created from recipes, and recipes are created from ingredients. And of course each ingredient and the whole meal have their own macros. And a little maybe sneak peek here: if we want to build the more advanced meal like the tomato soup with homemade noodles and parsley, we can build it with more than one recipe, like the recipe for tomato soup and the additional recipe for homemade noodles. And we can also add the ingredient like the parsley leaves. So it is good to understand it before you start with the recipes. If you understand that, we can go back, and now we can open the recipe section. And here you will find the recipe adding article. And there is the general info about this screen. So first of all, the ingredients. You should start with the ingredients. At the left hand side you will find the ingredients panel, and there is the list of more than 2000 different ingredients. Each ingredient have their own macros, and you can build your own recipes based on these ingredients. I will not go in detail in this video to the ingredients, so let's jump to the recipes. From the recipes you can build, from the ingredients you can build the recipes, and if you have your own recipes you can build a menu. So as you have seen at the screen before, in the menu you can build the meals in time based on the ready-made recipes. So let's start with creating the first recipe. We have the list of already made recipes. I have some database here, and at the top is filter. You can filter them. There is a category, so if we will create the recipe we can add the category tags. It is favorite and it is best, cold, warm, and that kind of things. So it is helping to browse all the recipes. So to add it we need to click the add recipe button, and we can go forward with our guideline. And if we click there we have the detailed description. Each item is responsible for what changes, so I will not read it, I will describe it in detail here. So first of all we should name our recipe. So for example we want to create the chicken spaghetti with fresh tomato sauce, something like that. Then we need to set for how many servings we want to create this recipe. We recommend to build the recipes for the 1 servings. If it is not something bigger like the cake or the bread, if you can create or cook it in the 1 serving, it is the best to create recipe for the single serving. If not, you can build it for the bigger number of portions. Then you can set this meals is best for vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free, low GI, and it will on the one hand side be helpful because of the category, so you can find the vegan recipes or vegetarian, but also it will show you if we add the recipes, if will not be vegan or vegetarian, and we check this check mark, then the software show us that we add, for example, chicken egg which is not vegan, so it will help us. I will show you later how it works. Okay, and then we can go bottom and starting at the recipes. And what we have here, there is the important for us macros. You can change what you see here by clicking this little table. If you click this table, you can add, for example, allergens. And now you will see the allergens are always here. So you can you can add the whatever you want, whatever is important for you, and whatever you want to focus about. And now we are starting from the first recipe group. Recipe group is something what will be really helpful for you if you understand it well. So many times if we create the recipe, there is a part, there's little sub recipes or something like that. So if we start to build it, you will understand it. So I will add the pasta first. So I am adding the pasta, and there is the little feature recalculate proportionally. If we will offer different plating, different portion sizing, then we can use software automatical portioning. So we can set here that this part of the recipe will be fixed amount or it will be scalable. So I will leave with the recalculate proportionally. So save it, and I will add the ingredient. I can quickly find the ingredient here and add it, and I can set how many grams I want. I can choose different unit, like the packages, for example, for this specific meal. Then I will add another ingredient group, and now I'm creating the sauce. And I can quickly find the ingredient here, or I can create the new ingredient if I want, by clicking there and creating the new ingredient step by step. Or I can search in advanced mode, and I can see the whole ingredient list, and I can browse it. Okay. And quickly I can add the another ingredients. You can see here that it is sometimes a little tricky, because there is a comma, and if I will put it like the olive, then the browser can't find it. So I just need to understand how it is working, and with time you will remember the naming. So sometimes you can think at the first time that there is no some ingredient, but if you look deeper, you can find it. Now I have ready the list of ingredients with their amounts for this specific recipe, and what I can do right now, I can check the macros for the whole recipe or the single serving. I am creating the one serving meal, so it is doesn't matter here. It doesn't matter here. And I can show you how works the tags. If I check the vegan here, the software show me that turkey breast is not vegan product, so I should delete it. So I will turn it off once again. And now I can add the preparation method, what means it is the instruction how to cook it for the kitchen chef. There is an image for the kitchen chef, so I can add the image what will be helpful for the kitchen chef. It is a different image than the one for the customers, so this image will be not visible for the customers, only for the kitchen chef. And I can check it is my favorite dish. I can set that it is best for lunch, and for example the best for my balanced meal plan, and I don't know, maybe muscle gain one, and the category will be pasta dishes, for example, and meat dinner, and it is best warm. And that's it. I can save it, and I have my first recipe done. What is important and interesting here, I can add the recipe variant, which can be also really helpful. There is the article which will in detail show you and describe what is the variant of the recipe, but so you can read it in detail. and I will also show you at this little video. So let's go back to the step number 1. And what we should do, click this button, we should add the name of the variant. So we just adding the suffix. So we will have the basic name, and now we want to add only the variant. So for example, we want to create the gluten-free option. And now I'm choosing the gluten-free, and it shows me that this specific ingredient isn't gluten-free. And what I can do here, I can delete it and I can add a different pasta instead of that. So the gluten-free one and 50 grams. Okay, and there is the preparation method, and you can see that the preparation method and image are shared between all the variants. So what I can do, I can just add some additional description, like and that's it. I can save it, and I have two variants of the same meal, and it is really easy to create something similar. You don't need to build the recipe from scratch. And what is also really important and additional, so you can see that if you build the variant of the recipe, and if you build the two meal plans, for example the gluten-free meal plan and the standard meal plan, then in the reports you will see the really good report for kitchen chef. Kitchen chef will see that they need to cook for us spaghetti, but there is the blueberry pancakes example, and they will see in the one table that they need to cook the basic version and the gluten-free or vegan version, and they will see the difference between the variant and the standard version. So it is really helpful. So the kitchen chef don't need to have 1, 2, 3 or 4 different variants of the same meal as the separated meals, but they will see the one meal with different variants, which is really helpful and make your kitchen chef work more efficient. And I think it is the most important topics about the recipes, so hopefully it will be helpful for you, and we will see in the next video. Bye.